Executive Chef Steve Petusevsky.
Chef Steve Petusevsky.
So we have Steve Petusevsky joining us.
Chef Steve Petusevsky. We refer to him as Dr. Food, of course.
Never knew anything that was so healthy could taste so good.
Chef Steve Petusevsky is on a mission to make taste and health coexist together on the same plate naturally. Steve pioneered the mainstream wave of bringing natural foods onto the American plate and has skillfully transformed the image of healthy cuisine from dull and tasteless to gourmet.
I've been in the food business my whole life. I guess you could really say I'm food obsessed. And I like being that way.
Steve's unique cooking style and philosophy have brought him national recognition as a master chef and journalist.
What I really like about the way Steve does cooking demonstrations is that he's very entertaining. He captivates an audience. He talks to them, not down to them, and really gets them involved in this whole idea of good health, good taste coming together as one. We've used Steve for cooking demonstrations here at Cooking Light for years.
His television appearances are complemented by syndicated newspaper columns, and he is a regular contributor in major magazines and newsletters.
His recipes are a real plus because often you'll find health food recipes are just kind of boring and you're eating them just to get the nutrients out of him. But with his recipes, they taste good and they look good and they're creative and they just make you excited about cooking this kind of food. In fact, we're so pleased working with him that we've syndicated his column in 350 papers across the country, of which about 200 pick him up regularly. And I've heard from people as far away as Canada that they really like his column. And I really think that he is one of the trendsetters in the field.
Steve's passion for natural foods has taken him into all aspects of the industry.
I worked all around the world as a chef. And finally, after about 25 years of making great food, I started thinking about the health aspect also.
Steve knows cooking with natural foods will get people out of the medicine cabinet and back into the kitchen cabinet.
We're going to make a wonderful dish today. It's penne pasta with garlic greens, fresh chili peppers, and we also have roasted salmon here, along with some oven roasted garlic. This is a great dish because what we have in front of us here is a treasure chest of something called phytochemicals. And phytochemicals, especially for women, are products that are very high in immune system builders, vitamins, minerals, and all of these have been selected for a different purpose.
But Steve is not above having fun or finding other uses for natural food.
These are aphrodisiacs.
Yes, these are all different preparations that I made for you today. So I made a soup for you with wild mushrooms, and the one is shiitake mushrooms, it's called.
I love those. I love
These are really good.
Are those an aphrodisiac?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I've been eating them a lot.
Oh, very, very strong. Have
Really?
you?
Yeah, and it occurs to me things have been going well.
But here's another one that a lot of people don't know about. This is fresh asparagus. And asparagus, I mean, there's obviously a theme to this, because okra, celery, asparagus, long, firm, erect vegetables are apparently... Well, let me show you something. This is what you look for. This is, sorry. This is what you look for. Now, if you see asparagus in the market that looks like this is something that apparently we should, we want to stay away from.
That's good. That's good.
I'm going to cook something.
Thanks for clearing that up for the kids watching at home, Stephen.
Sorry,
Now let's cook. We got a hot pan here.
It's a very hot pan. That's the
All right,
first
here
thing
we
we have
go.
to have. A little bit of oil. I'm going to put some ginger and garlic in this.
Ginger and garlic?
Now,
I
ginger
swear to
and
you, every
garlic.
day, ginger and garlic.
Right, ginger and garlic is very good for it.
Yeah.
Very, very good for it. And then we're going to put some, we talked before about shiitake mushrooms. This is a very, very
Boy,
powerful
that smells
food.
good, whatever's
Isn't that
going
great?
on there.
See, the things smell good and they look good and they taste good. What do you know, it's kind of a theme here. You know what I mean?
So it can be, everything can kind of combine. You make a nice romantic dinner,
Absolutely.
everything goes well,
Yeah.
next thing you know, the shiitake kicks in.
Okay. The asparagus is, it's like an afterburner.
Yeah. So let's get everything in here because we're almost out of time.
Yeah, let's get the asparagus in here. Flip it around a couple of times. Want to flip?
I'll flip.
You flip. There you go. Save a little bit.
As Dr. Food for a local news program, Steve answers call-in questions from viewers.
I think the key to having your kids eat food that tastes really good, also is healthful, is to try to, I try to replicate snacks that they can get outside that are traditionally not as healthy, like, for example, chicken fingers. You know, the ones I brought into the studio here earlier were made without frying, and there was no fat added to them, yet they were really crunchy and crispy, and the kids really enjoy them a lot, and there's no additional fat added to them.
From his years as a corporate chef to executive chef and creative food development director at the landmark Unicorn Village restaurant in Miami, Steve has found creative ways to introduce unusual and flavorful ingredients to his customers.
Fresh organic ingredients from the market are transformed into tasty meals in the restaurant. in a synergy that bodes well for the future of healthful dining. And I think a lot of people are a little scared off from this sort of quote-unquote healthful dining.
You're right.
They usually think it's associated with tasteless dining,
Yeah.
and in many cases it is. But this chef trained at the Culinary Institute of America, so he has wonderful technique, and he's applying really great flavors to food that also happens to be very healthful.
What he's really a champion of is organic produce, and a lot of the great restaurants we cover every week
That's right.
are saying the same thing.
Steve has indeed followed his love and followed his dream, and people today are more aware of their food choices. Steve can be reached at 954-344-7703 or email him at vegchef@mindspring.com.